Hello, Viriato. It's very nice to see you today. You don't have to reply, just I know you're waving in silence at me. But I got to tell you, it's fabulous that you're here today, so thank you for coming. We will begin shortly.
Hey guys, everybody in there yet? Who all we got in there? Tap to mute. Can anybody hear me? Kathy, can you hear me?
I can hear you, and now I am unmuted. Can you hear me,
Okay,
Michael?
awesome. Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Awesome.
Okay, great. We've got 2 minutes, and we will begin.
Right.
Of course, it'll be, hopefully, Katalyo will also be joining us.
Oh, nice.
They'll join us shortly.
We should tell some of the guys from the SEO chat to go ahead. I know a couple of them wanted to get in here and see what it was like. Let me tell them, come join the chat.
Yeah, that would be great.
We got some really exciting news, though. I'm excited. Today has been full of meetings, so we've got the swap meeting tonight. Go ahead.
Okay, hold your excitement for another minute or two. And right. Yes, we are recording.
Oh, good. We better make sure of that.
We are recording.
Nice.
I think that's what the red button means next to Knowles Community, but I'm not sure.
I think so. And we made a playlist or Sly is making a playlist on the YouTube channel for Knowles to start hosting these. And then the various teams will come in. Yeah, the various teams will come in and translate them for their community. So that way we'll have all the past records are archived.
That'll be great. And please thank Sly for me.
Oh,
okay, yeah, guys, we have 1 minute left. And welcome, Sly. Welcome, Joe. Welcome,
Hi,
Pedro. I don't think you've been here before, Pedro, so welcome. Welcome, Toda Barn of Cobalt Support. And welcome, Null Swap. Welcome, Reeve.
How are you, Katie?
Wait, did someone just say my name?
It was me, but multiple people tried to talk at once. It's all
hey,
good.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Okay, so it's 2100 and welcome to Crypto Corner. My name is Kathy Norman and I work for the Knowles West team. It is my privilege to host this event with Michael from Cobalt Blend. Today we have Ivica of Katalyo, Michael, and myself. Has Ivica joined us yet? I don't think so. Michael, would you introduce yourselves to our new people and then please give us your news.
Yeah, no worries. And I see Ivica. He's coming. He's trying to connect in there now, so he might be.
Oh, he's here now. Hang on a second. Welcome, Ivica. And Ivica, please tell me, am I pronouncing your name right?
He still might be connecting.
Yeah.
Hello.
Ivica,
yes.
you. Oh, yes. Very good. I'm going to tell you that I used Google as an assistant today and remembering how to pronounce your name. Welcome.
Excellent. That's 100% correct.
I'll never pronounce it that way again, even though I'll try, but thank you. So Ivica and Michael, please introduce yourselves.
Awesome. Ivica, you want to go ahead and go, buddy?
Sure. I can start. So, I'm Ivica.
Salve, rapaziada.
Hey, so I'm the, sorry about that. I'm the
Ivica, I
yeah.
apologize for just having you jump in here. We had started and then you had jumped in a few minutes later. So I apologize
Sorry.
so let me just say something while you gather your thoughts. It's really an honor to have you with us today, Ivica. I admire your project immensely. And this is how I see your project. I see blockchain as a revolution, as something that's really going to change our lives. And I see Katalyo as a revolution in terms of blockchain. So it's kind of like a revolution on top of a revolution. And it's I find your project inspiring, and I'm always touched when I think about your project and how it will impact the world. So I've set you up now, Ivica, and I hope I continue to pronounce your name right. Please introduce yourself.
Yes. Many thanks, Katie. Sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties. So to start all over again. So Kathy, thanks a lot for that introduction. So I'm Ivica, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Katalyo. As Kathy was already starting explaining what we're all about, but from the technological point of view, Katalyo is basically no-code cross-chain platform that wants to empower people, and organizations to realize their idea in a decentralized world. So that's what we are about in a nutshell. When you start, peeling the onion, to put it like this, there are really so many layers beneath all of this, because we spoke about this. I spoke with Kathy about this during one of our talks before. So this is really a completely different approach to building applications, and involving different type of people with different let's say wiring in terms of how they see applications, what they want to build, and how they want to build it. Because usually today applications are built by software engineers, and whether we like it or not, I'm a software engineer by education, and I've been developing for a majority of my career. So we have a certain way of thinking, yeah, and sometimes we don't see the bigger picture, or we see things differently. So with no code, basically you will get designers, you will get dreamers and thinkers, and getting all these different use cases developed onto the platform. So and when it comes to cross-chain and why cross-chain, well, this is one of the reasons why we are involved in NOLS, because it has also a similar point of view, a similar strategy with regards to cross-chain. We believe that the future will there will not be one single winner. There will be I would say a dozen or so, maybe even more, maybe a bit less, but there will be a number of chains that will be operating, and that will kind of specialize in specialize in different things. So what we don't think that it's going to be like the world computer, which will be Ethereum or something like this. Today it's Ethereum, tomorrow who knows. So we believe there will be a number of chains, a number of networks, blockchain networks for running different type of smart contracts. And this is why we had to I mean, we didn't have to, but we see that the cross chain will be, we feel that it's going to be way forward. and interoperability, will be a big part of all of this, because all these chains will need to work together to, basically bring together this huge ecosystem of, decentralized applications, DeFi, NFTs, and all that comes with it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm constantly inspired by imagining what people will create because you really are handing the keys over. As we've spoken before, you're handing the keys over to the people who imagine the project, and the people who dream up the project. So that's very cool. Michael, would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. I'm Michael from Cobalt Lend. We affectionately refer to ourselves as Cobalt. And just a little bit about what it is that we do. We are obviously a group of open source developers building a decentralized treasury. That's what we've always been doing. We're launching that in stages across multiple chains. But one of our primary duties that's really came to focus is we've become the people behind the scenes who is actually putting all the various things together to make this a more cohesive ecosystem. So just trying to help Knowles out in the best way we can. Obviously, Knowles is a huge corporation. They have to task projects like ourselves to actually organize or, so to speak, consolidate the troops. Just to give you a couple of things that I started off there, just a couple of good announcements that we want to have going on. First and foremost, we're the ones who address certain things like staking your SEO tokens. These tokens that you get generated when you go over there and you stake your Knowles tokens, you get this new token. What do you do with it? Well, it takes a project like ourselves to consolidate the projects and figure out how do we actually present a solution. And that's what we're working on now. That's one of the things we're doing. And obviously, you just seen that Knowles signed a partnership with ApeSwap. That obviously trickles down to the SEO partners like ourselves. So now we're the ones who are actually setting it up to where the SEO projects can stake their token, or not stake their tokens, but farm their tokens over there with ApeSwap. So again, that's what Cobalt does. We're those people behind the scenes trying to make everything happen. So, and that's just some of the cool things we got going on. But what we really want to talk about right now, besides the staking and the farming, because we're taking care of that. That's no big deal. That's what we do every day. One of the fun things we get to do is work with one of our new partners, NFT Circle, and build out a marketplace for NFTs. And that is absolutely awesome. We provided basically a free atmosphere for people to come over and post their artwork and get it verified off-chain or on-chain, either way they want, and sell their artwork, keep all the proceeds, and it costs them nothing. Right now, Cobalt is putting all the bills for you. So you want to come, present your artwork, get it sold. We are helping you out every single step of the way and covering all the bills all the way down to marketing your product. So that's just some of the cool things we're doing. But to get off Cobalt here, let's go back to Katalyo, because I am super excited that these guys are here with us today, because I've gotten the opportunity to talk to him in the past. Brilliant mind. He is actually essential to this ecosystem, because hopefully he's going to help us solve one of our major issues that we got going on in staking the SEO tokens. So, but we got a big developer meeting coming up tomorrow, and he's obviously going to be part of it. But really, I just wanted to get him in here today, and I want to talk about that plug and play solution that he has, or they're working on over there, that allows people to build, on blockchain, but not necessarily know how to code, but they need a blockchain application. So that's what those guys over there are tackling, just to kind of make it simple for you. And that's really what I wanted him here for today, was to talk about that. That is exciting. So, Kathy, back over to you, or Ivica, back over to you. Whoever wants to go there.
Yeah, sure. I can take over. That's okay with you, Kathy?
That'd be great.
Yeah. So there are several things I would like to point out. We are one of the rare platforms that is trying to do what we are trying to do. Yeah. And I would say there is a reason behind. that because this is a very extremely difficult thing to do. We are kind of a, even, research and development type of project, because, there was this, I think it's toning down a bit, but there was like, the DeFi summer, there was an inflation of, just, simple fork projects, where, projects were just forking, changing a line of code and launching a lot of scams and things like that. So we also want to work on that as well, and provide a safe, ecosystem for the participants as well. So where, you will know that, you are in a safe environment. And this is, I would say it's it's going to be a evolution of the ecosystem, as such, as getting rid of the bad actors and things like that. So, but I just want to clear out a few, I would say, misconceptions. Just because it's no code, it doesn't mean that there is no work. So you
Yeah.
still need to know what you want to build, how you want to build it, how you want to put it together. And we when we're talking, so we are running our private beta program, and we are looking to get it out in the public quite soon, hopefully during October. So when we talk to different people, and when they see that basically it's not going to be built by itself, there is still a lot of work behind. People get also discouraged, even though it's codeless and things like that. So just, it's still a lot of work. Yeah, it's still a lot of work, and not, again, everyone can do it, because one thing is to have an idea, and another thing is to think about it thoroughly. Like I said, when you start to peel the onion, there are many layers behind what data you want to store, how do you want to store it, what kind of interfaces, user interfaces you want to build, how do you want to design them, how do you want to put all that things together. So there are a lot of things still that needs to be done in the end. It's also quite difficult, even if it doesn't require coding. So in terms of staking, what Michael was talking about, together with one of the SEO projects, Bonfi, we started a partnership, and we developed a joint. I'm not sure if anyone from Bonfi is here today. I don't think so. But we basically developed what we call the dual yield staking contract, which basically allows you to stake either Katalyo or BNF, and you would earn rewards in both tokens. We deployed it on Ethereum, but even with EIP 155 the fees are through the roof. Yeah. So, and we have, like Michael mentioned, we have a meeting tomorrow where we are going to discuss, how we are going to approach this, and how we're gonna, build up and develop a comprehensive staking solution, I would say, for the entire SEO platform, and in the most cost effective and efficient manner, in terms of speed and associated costs, like gas fees and things like that, because Ethereum is definitely it's definitely I would say putting a lot of obstacles in front of us at the moment, with with extremely high fees. Yeah, I mean, we have the contract deployed on the existing contract is deployed on the Binance Smart Chain, and so that's one of the, I would say, solutions. But if you look at it from the, I would say, philosophical point of view and decentralizations, uh, we have to be honest, and Binance Chain is really not decentralized. So it's a good, I would say, it's a adequate short-term solution, but long-term, we as a cross-chain project want Ethereum to become cheaper. We're also involved, as we're involved with Nulls, we're also involved with some other projects which are running Ethereum virtual machine, which is one of our strategies. Basically, because whenever we develop something for Ethereum, it can run on any EVM compatible chain like Binance Smart Chain or Telos or now Avalanche. Most of the layer one solutions are coming with Ethereum virtual machine, which kind of says it all who still is the king of smart contract platform. But like I said, we're seeing Null as a major enabler in this interoperability and cross-chain story that we are part of.
Yeah, thank you, Ivica. Two comments about what you've said regarding it's not, there's still a lot of work to be done, even when you have a no-code solution to your application. There's a phrase in English that we use often called, and the phrase is, "There's no such thing as a free lunch."
Yeah, exactly.
And truly, everything requires work in this world. Everything of value, I believe, requires work in this world. However, you have shifted the work and the expertise away from the developer and to somebody who is knowledgeable about blockchain. Would you say that that's true?
I mean, I would say that the biggest benefits of no code, as in principle, is one is you get the different kind of thinking, and you broaden the scope of people that can be involved in it doesn't have to be so. They don't have to build the solution from start to finish, but they can be involved, much more involved than with typical I would say development, where you have software engineers. There are like dozens of memes where you say, oh, this is what the customer wanted or the business wanted, and this is what engineers built, and this is what with different actors. So this is like common knowledge. So that's one of the things that it brings to the table. So a lot more people can be involved and actually hands-on, so they can build parts of the solution, and there are people that are more up to the task, and they can build more of it, and some people can just bring in the additional idea, and then some more skilled can finish the story. But having a different approach to having different mindset and wiring, and actually bringing these different ideas to the picture is one of the main benefits of such an approach, for sure.
Yes, and yes, yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what people create with Katalyo. Very interesting.
We're also, I mean, we're working on several things at the moment. So we're working on a tokenization solution, but COVID situation slowed down that a bit, but hopefully the situation will I would say be manageable during 2022, and we can roll out that kind of solution. So we're working on different modules in terms of token generation and development of NFTs, and document immutability solutions. So we will be bringing, but again, I would say we're most excited about the things that we don't even know are going to be built on it. So in the next couple of years.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's kind of like imagine what people would do if they could travel to outer space easily. They'd be doing things that you and I could not imagine.
Exactly.
But yes, I do also want to respond to something else that you said. Like think I thank Ethereum regularly for the leadership that they've provided in blockchain, and Ethereum has become very weighty lately. So I just want to remind people that there is another blockchain out there called Harmony, which we have partnered with, and Harmony is Ethereum-like, and it's so Ethereum-like that the same methods that you use to develop and deploy your application is the same on Harmony, and I invite you to check it out. It's designed not to have the performance challenges that Ethereum has right now, and anyway. Just wanted to give that plug for Harmony. I have the privilege of meeting the developers of Harmony a couple of years ago. It's developed in the Silicon Valley, and it's developed by people who worked at Apple and Google.
Oh, awesome! I mean,
So there's my plug for that one.
It would be great, if afterwards you can, introduce us and maybe, to see and talk about things a bit. So
I will try to do that. I met them. They had a barbecue at their place, and I had the privilege of being invited because I worked for Knowles. I had the privilege of being invited to that, and I will see who I can connect you with. Thank you for asking me.
yeah.
That's a great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for bringing this up.
I will see. I will see who I can connect you with.
Yeah, we're always on the lookout for partners that are on the same page with us, that that share our vision, and to see how we can work on something, and maybe speed up some parts of the development, or introduce common or joint products and things like that. So
Okay.
it would be much appreciated. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for making that request. I'm delighted to do that. And you had also mentioned something about October, and I never caught it.
So that's our current goal, and we're still on track on it. So we're looking to bring the initial version of the beta product with the features that I was mentioning about, the document immutability of verification with tokenization, and NFTs. We'll see how we're going to release it, but we plan to release the platform to the public sometime during October. That's the goal at the moment. But for sure, it's going to be, if it's not October, then it's going to be November for sure. But our goal is to release it in October. We worked with a few projects in closed, few ideas, I would say, a few people with some ideas in closed beta for the past few months. So we got pretty good feedback from that, and I think we're going to be ready to put ourselves more out there very soon.
Oh, congratulations! That's fantastic,
Thanks a lot.
I know how meticulous you guys are, so I know that I know it speaks a lot for. It speaks. I'm thrilled to death that you guys are getting to the point of announcing something and providing something. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working, I would say behind closed doors for a while now,
Yeah.
It's been just clearing, I would say, uh, basically clearing out all of our ideas and how we want to build. Like I said, because we are much more similar to R&D project than we are
Yes.
to typical I would say software development, where you because we today even we don't know what features are we going to be needing as a platform. So
Mhm.
and that's again quite a challenge to have as well. So uh, we stumble upon different challenges when we try to uh, implement a certain use case, and we see that component, it's not going to work like this. It has to work because it's very much tied to the user experience, because it's actually bringing the application to life, with the front end and workflow and the user experience, which actually is still is one of the major, I would say, hurdles of blockchain is user experience. It's I would say it's leaps
Yes.
and bounds above and beyond what was, for example, 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's still very early in terms of getting that user experience that you would have in traditional web
Yes.
2.0 applications that we have
Yes.
today.
Yeah. Yeah. And users are, I think, very spoiled because they expect an application to be up all the time and to accommodate them. So users have high expectations, I
For
think.
sure, and I mean, and that's fine, yeah, because users should have high expectation, especially if they're paying for the service. So
Yes.
that there is it's completely another story if you're getting something for free,
Oh,
which means that usually that you're actually the product. If we talk about Facebook's, Google's, and typical Twitters and things like that, the social media, where actually users are the product, yeah, because
yes.
they are being sold to advertisers. So their data is actually being sold, and that's also one of the solutions, or that's one of the problems that blockchain will we hopefully will solve real soon. That actually users will get true ownership of their data, and true ownership of different digital items, which is coming to fruition with NFTs. And so it's
Yeah.
really blockchain will solve many different problems we have with Web 2.0, solutions today.
Yes. Yeah. And problem, yes. I find it inspiring. Back to you, Michael.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, I got a couple questions for you too. And when respect they're talking about your actual development process and whatnot. First and foremost, we obviously always have to address the Ethereum gas fees. Man, that just absolutely crushed us too. When we launched phase one of our ecosystem for staking, our staking contracts, like they went almost cost 10 times as much nearly overnight. It just got ridiculous. So I understand your woes there. So we're all trying to figure out exactly how to make a more blockchain friendly ecosystem altogether. And it's sad that it revolves around fees nowadays, because like again, we all learned to build on Ethereum, but Ethereum became an investable product only. It's no longer of any use really to build on. You were literally looking at what they're doing on Ethereum and trying to replicate it somewhere else just because of the fees. That's sad. I know. So that's why we kind of come together as this SEO projects to try and solve situations like this. So we got this. We'll figure out a way. There's lots of options open to us. But what I did want to talk to you about, though, is what exactly in your closed beta program are you gearing your applications toward? What are you wanting developers to come on there and start developing first, that you're actually wanting to watch and see how it works in your ecosystem? What type of projects? Want guys come up there and develop games, baking products? What are they doing?
So basically, we're most suited at this stage. So for I would say typical web applications, where you would manage data, documents, and things like that. So building forms and having a certain functionality behind which provides immutability or decentralization with the blockchain. So something like a game. So it's very bespoke. Yeah. So you cannot build a game on our platform. It's much more suited to workflow type of applications. So I would say typical web applications that you have today, like uh, building a workflow where you want to collect and share some data information, some documents, and you want to maybe and another thing is integrating that with smart contracts, different smart contracts for example now for staking or developing an NFT. So part of our platform will support generation and minting of NFTs, and that is linked to our data set module, which is responsible for managing data sets, basically. Yeah. So it's kind of self-explanatory, where you will be able to link these data sets to NFTs and build arbitrary data or capture arbitrary data in an NFT. Yeah. So, but there are a lot of unsolved challenges around NFTs, for example, like which we're trying to wrap our heads around. Like okay, it's great. Where we see value is for these digital artists, for example. Now this digital art is like I would say the mania around NFTs revolves around digital art. But what we don't understand is having a video on YouTube and then basically capturing that in an NFT. We really don't see too much value in it, because me personally, I can always check it on YouTube and I don't care if I own it. It's like there to be consumed. There's no any particular scarcity or any kind of artistic value in it. So there will be a lot of there are still a lot of things to be resolved around the NFTs. But one example is basically the way we look at it is application of NFTs into different areas, like for example real estate or any kind of non-fungible tokenization. Yeah, anything that's unique, either in real world or in a digital world as well. So one good example is real estates. Like this is really something which kind of just it's by default you make an NFT out of it, because each real estate, each building is unique. Yeah, because it can only one building at one place at one time, at one point in time. So it's it's non-fungible by default. Yeah. So these kind of are applications that we're looking at, not so much because on the one hand these are really specialized platforms like OpenSea or this NFT platforms that are really specialized for this kind of digital art or any kind of art related NFT issuance. And we are looking into different kind of applications, because as with everything else, I think in 3 or 4 years time, we will use NFTs for things we cannot even imagine today. So, but for sure, NFTs are one of the major building blocks of a, decentralized future.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you're tackling it from that perspective. Through our process of getting into the NFT game and working with all these artists and getting the platform going and everything, we started having to tackle weird issues we didn't know nothing about either. So we actually now have our artificial intelligence team trying to tackle how you spot someone stealing your art and reproducing it on another platform. So, and there's, again, like you said, these are so big unknowns right now that we really don't know how to tackle it. The best we can come up with is just building a web scraper that goes out there and just looks for your art amongst various platforms. What happens if they spring up a new platform and they just start undercutting the art? So, yeah, the NFT game got a little crazy on us and it got fast. I'm always interested in hearing solutions.
And how do you prevent, someone can, if people are not, familiar with it, how do you prevent someone taking a screenshot? It's basically, a JPEG. Yeah. How do you prevent someone taking a screenshot and, just minting it? Someone, needs to know how to, validate authenticity and, to know, okay, this has to be the contract and this has to be, so to have like a full adoption of this, all this has to be somehow solved, and it's still not solved today. It's still like, I would say kind of a blockchain people, geek toy or something like this, because you do have to know a lot about it to make sure that you're not paying a huge amount of money for something which is basically a copycat or a fake or something like this. So we are, I think, years away from a real true adoption, or bringing the end-to-end solution to the problems that are still here today in terms of NFTs. Today we are in really this hyped up phase, which still has a lot of issues, but we all have to work on it and think about different solutions, how we're gonna solve all the issues. But in principle, NFT as a technology is I think it's gonna be one of the major enablers of blockchain adoption for sure.
Oh, I agree 100%, man. And again, we got forced into it too. Not forced into it. That is a bad way to say that. My guys already knew how to develop NFT contracts, but through, this phase that we find ourselves in, you have to now take every single aspect of NFT serious, not just the contracts that we've been writing all along. That's only part of it. Now it's connecting the real world to these contracts that we've been writing. It's weird, it is, and I don't know if you were venturing down this path as well, but it doesn't seem like, even though we all knew how to write NFT contracts and we know what this is and we know what's going on, it doesn't mean like that we actually know what's going on in this particular sect of the art scene that's taking place over there, like around CryptoPunks and Bored Apes Yacht Club. It's so crazy trying to decipher how they're actually valuing that art. And now you see the people, before we even got a handle on it, now you see the people over there screaming that they can't sell this stuff. What they were pumping and dumping for, hundreds of thousands of dollars just a couple of weeks ago, now they're all stuck with. And it's like, at a certain point in time, we're kind of glad that, we missed that aspect, because we're all researchers and developers. We weren't really chasing the pump and dump, so we missed the art aspect of it. But at the same time, we missed the knowledge too. So now we got to kind of look and evaluate this ecosystem and go, well, we still want to do this and we want to bring art over here as well, but how do we not replicate that mistake that they're making over there right now?
I mean, Michael, to be honest, I don't think we're gonna have a solution like next Tuesday. So I think it's gonna be a long process, because like with every big ecosystem, you're gonna have we're going to need to build in, you know, for example, on-chain checks and balances or something like this, you know, that's going to track all of this. So I think the ecosystem around, so, you know, okay, NFT is whatever, ERC, you know, 71 or 1155 or whichever, you know, blockchain we talk about. Um, that's just, you know, like tip of the iceberg. The entire, you know, ecosystem around that to make it, you know, bulletproof. It's gonna, I believe, it's gonna take, you know, years to build it and to make it, you know, bulletproof. So that, you know, for example, you know, like you said, someone can, you know, just copy and paste, you know, take a screenshot of an image and, you know, take it to some other, you know, platform, even another blockchain, and, you know, just, you know, copy it and issue it, and, you know, a lot of people will not know the difference. Yeah. So there is, and that's just like really, you know, a small a small thing, and how to build all this infrastructure. I think you're going into the right direction with AI, because AI will be needed to actually, you know, to actually crunch all this data and to learn about behaviors, you know, and to you know, AI, machine learning, you know, algorithms, different kind of so it's gonna need a lot of assistance from the, you know, from the machines to help, you know, manage all these, you know, ecosystems and all these assets that are coming into blockchain. So so it's not just, you know, one part is, you know, the entire world is coming into blockchain. So I think it's just a matter of, you know, time. Either, you know, it's going to be 1 to 5, 10 years, regardless, you know, when all the stocks, all the bonds, real estate, and, you know, the real world is coming to blockchain, because it just makes sense. Yeah. But then there
No,
is a whole other, you know, digital native stuff that's gonna be, you know, that's gonna be surfacing from, you know, intrinsically onto the blockchain. So the vast amount of information and data that's gonna, you know, just, you know, it's gonna flood, you know, the blockchain networks. So that's one of the reasons why we feel that one network will not be able to, you know, just to manage it, yeah, properly, because it's gonna take a whole ecosystem. And even today, you know, you have different, you know, different niches for, you know, different things, like supply chain with, you know, V chain with supply chain, because it takes, you know, it takes a complete ecosystem to, you know, to manage supply chain, you know, blockchain powered supply chain. Because, you know, for example, I don't know, they have some solutions for tracking fish or things like that, you know, the supply chain of a fish. So there are, you know, a lot of, so it's an entire, you know, IoT solution, which needs to, you know, somehow track the actual physical fish, because you cannot put a physical fish on a blockchain. So, and this on the, you know, on the border of the real world and the blockchain. So this is where the problems are. So how to bridge this, you know, physical real world, how to bridge data in a secure and, you know, trustless but, you know, verifiable way, how to bridge the information into the blockchain. That's one of the, and that's one of the issues with, you know, NFT in general as well. So, and a lot, even, you know, I think even more work than, you know, the actual blockchain technology. So the protocol itself is, you know, I think it's smaller portion of the work that needs to be done to, you know, build this entire ecosystem in a, you know, secure and verifiable way.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you
Thank,
100%.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think that's a great analogy. You can't put a fish on a blockchain. I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you, it would smell if you did.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, we have two questions posted, and let me just read the first question. With the launch of null swap, let me rephrase it. The launch of null swap will open a wide range of possibilities in null's network. What is Katalyo thinking? Are you thinking of listing your NRC20 in null swap? And this is addressed to Katalyo.
we're always thinking about this. We are a huge proponent of decentralized solutions. Yeah, and I think eventually we think that eventually down the line all the solutions will be decentralized. Because whatever we think about it, the truth is that all these centralized solutions are will starting to look like they're centralized older versions of like banks and things like that. So, and that's not what blockchain is about. Yeah. So we will see. We will see. We haven't, to be honest, we haven't digged too deeply. But yes, that would be one of the options. But we will have to analyze. But for sure, we are on PancakeSwap, we are on Uniswap, and we are even on a smaller exchange, EmiSwap. And if there will be enough demand for it, for sure, yes, we would be, especially considering the SEO part of the story, where people are getting NRC20 Katalyos for their if they stake nulls. So it would be, I think, beneficial to have a native exchange as well. But again, we are, as we are today now on free chains, and we're looking to be on a few more until the end of this year, at least one more or even two. So we need to, we there are layer one solutions, and there is the Katalyo ecosystem, which brings all of this together. So we always have to think about the bigger picture of how will all this work together, as one ecosystem. So that's, and it's even difficult on a one chain, and now you can imagine if we're gonna be 3 or 4 or 5 chains. So bringing all this together and harmonizing all of that, it's a daunting task, to say the least.
It is. It's easier to think about tomorrow than where you'll be 4 years from now, or even 6 months. There's Viriato also posted a question, and I think your answer may be similar to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Your answer may be similar for this question as well. When your distribution on the POCM ends,
in 5 years. So
in 5 years from now,
it's 2.5 million in 5 years. So we started in February this year. So we're around 6 months down the road. So it's going to be another 4.5 years.
A long time from now.
Yes.
In the blockchain space. It's like, I don't know, a few centuries in blockchain.
I think our solutions will look completely different when the SEO program will end than they are today. So
okay, and by the way, you will be, you can always create a new POCM at that time too.
Yes,
with a new project.
It's a living thing. So we'll have to see. We always we talk to our community, and we launch this staking product, and hopefully we'll see tomorrow how our meeting will go, and hopefully the entire SEO ecosystem and Knowles will, all the projects will come together and will come up with, an awesome solution, a flexible solution, supported by Katalyo platform as well for, all of the communities that are, part of the SEO platform. And so, we're always, looking for, new solutions, but it has to be based on demand. This is what I actually wanted to say. So we talk to our community and they say, we would like this and we would like that. And I'm like, okay, what's the real demand for it? Because we cannot, spend building something, a month, or 2 months or 3 months, and then there are like 5 people that really, are looking to use this. So, but I believe that, an SEO as a, bringing communities together and as a one big ecosystem, it will bring, much more people, together, and then we will be able to, build things at scale, and we'll have, much bigger audience, to put it like this.
Okay, and we have one question, which is our last question since we're going to be wrapping up soon. This is from Felipe.
Oh, Felipe. Hey, Felipe.
And also
Felipe
to
is,
Katalyo.
yes, Felipe is a very valuable member of our community, and I believe he's also in some other SEO project and also as well. So, hey, Felipe.
Yes, he is a very valuable member of Crypto Corner as well.
Yes.
And what will be the plan to combat the high Ethereum fees that directly
Yes.
impact the stake?
And exactly what we mentioned, we will be looking to develop and introduce and release, I would say, even a staking platform. We have put things in motion. Michael was the guy, putting that was behind. He was pushing things, and we're coming together, the entire SEO ecosystem to, I believe, eventually bring the quite, comprehensive, cost-effective, and efficient, solution for various, I would say, staking products that hopefully we'll be able to offer our communities.
Okay, thank you. It's been a very short hour. This hour has gone by very fast. And I want to thank everybody for attending. It's been a really great time. And Ivica and Michael, thank you. And now, Michael, I'm going to turn it over to you for the last word.
Awesome. I hold on though, but I think Ivica came in. I think he had one last thing he wanted to say real quick. Was I correct, Ivica?
No, I just wanted to say it was really my pleasure to share what is Katalyo about and what we've been up to lately and what we're going to do and how all this is coming together around Knowles and the SEO platform. So basically, I just wanted to emphasize that one more time. So Michael, please go ahead.
Awesome, buddy. Hey, and I really appreciate you being here today, man. It was really good to talk to you as always, and I love hearing about your project. And I look forward to discussing staking and everything else we got going on tomorrow in the developers meeting. So, but I want to leave everybody with one final thought. You said something that was very important earlier when you were talking about the time frame that it takes to build this stuff. It doesn't get built overnight. And that's some of the advice that we have found ourselves giving to these projects coming in repeatedly. Of these guys are coming in, they're like, man, I got to have my staking or whatever protocol out by next week or whatever. I've been promising the community this or promising that. And we're like, just slow down. Stop promising the community you're going to have things done overnight. Sit down, actually formulate a real plan that you can execute on and make it happen. And then show the community that you're working. So again, man, I agree with you 100%, dude. And that's really what I want to leave everybody with today is that the projects over here are actually working. and we are slowing things down to the right pace to build with the technology ahead of us. So, and we're making sure that everybody builds it appropriately. So that's really what I want to leave everybody with today, man. He hit it on the head there when he was talking about the time frame. It takes time to build this stuff. It does not happen overnight, especially if you want a trusted and secure protocol. Rest assured, you got a bunch of projects over here that are all now working together, and we're going to make this happen. All right, Kathy, you want to tip it off there? Make sure Sly gets a copy of this video too, this audio recording. Drop it in the main SEO group because she's going to start uploading it to the YouTube channel as well.
Okay, I'll drop it into the main group here.
Thank
you again for everything, you guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for a great Monday afternoon, or afternoon for me, might be an evening for you. And we will be here next week, same time. Please remember to take a screenshot of your ID as you are connected to voice chat, and then send it to me, and then I will provide you with some nulls. Thanks again. Bye.
Nidronia next week.
Cheers. Take care, everyone.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Vitsa. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
Kathy.
you, Joe. Thank you, Veriato. Thank you, Felipe, and Thor's Hammer, and Pedro Fieria, and Yvonne. Thank you for your question. And Junior, thank you. And Toda Barn from Cobalt Support. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Make
There
sure
is
you
a
take
question
a
on
screenshot of yourself on voice chat. Pardon me,
At
Joe?
this point in time, we got to just
There
make
is
sure
a question
Felipe
for
gets a bunch
Michael
of
on
tokens.
chat.
What's up? Oh,
Yeah.
Cobalt. Will you be a null swap? Hey, oh yeah, seeing as how we're still talking here, yeah, you can rest assured that not only has Cobalt made it their mission and make sure that our token is traded, staked, and farmed everywhere, along with providing a fiat bridge that you can buy directly into. We're not only concentrating on this stuff for ourselves. It's no longer our responsibility to just make sure Cobalt is out there. We have to also make sure that the rest of these projects on the SEO platform can do the same. So that means we all got to be able to stake our token, farm our token, trade our token, and be able to buy in and out of the ecosystem with fiat. So yeah, if it's and Null Swap is a big partner, man. We're working on it. Like I said, the first thing we're working on is that we got the big one coming up with Ape Swap. We're going to try and work that out with everybody. Then we're addressing the staking and the farming solution with everybody tomorrow to see if we can't work that mechanism out. Then obviously to ramp up trading. And we already got our fiat gateway going. We'll be announcing that here shortly. That's with one of our partner groups that'll kick off next month. So, but we're going to incorporate a little bit more into that and craft a real press release to go with it. But long answer short, yes. Not only will Cobalt be in every single thing, so will the rest of the SEO partners as well. That's our mission statement. Did I talk too much?
No, that's great. I'm just leaving the voice chat open so everyone gets an opportunity to take a screenshot of themselves on voice chat.
And Felipe is like one of my favorites. Is he still in there, man? I love Felipe. Make sure he gets some Knowles tokens.
Also, Michael, you talked about how you are going to pay for the funding to create an NFT on for people. Who would they contact in order to begin that process?
Yeah, just contact us directly. We'll get you all set up. No matter what you need,
we'll
walk you
what
through.
Would that Telegram address be?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's our main here. I'll drop it in the it's our main
That would be
Cobalt
great.
Link group. Yeah, I got you. And we pay for everything.
Drop it.
You don't have
okay,
to,
that's fantastic.
So
Thank
if
you.
you want to develop an NFT in this marketplace anywhere, even if you want to go beyond the Knowles ecosystem, we still got you. You know, we're going to take care of everything. And it's because we want to study the artists, we want to help the artists out, and we want to really get a handle on this. So the best way to do it is nurture them, provide them with the entire platform they need, everything from beginning to end, their funds, their marketing, their support, everything. We got them.
That's fantastic. I have an artist I'm going to refer to you.
Oh, that would be great.
So thank you.
Sly's been doing good work over there too. Have you seen it? She's been uploading some artwork over there on NFT Circle. We got a bunch of artists over there, but obviously Sly is a natural artist, so she's been uploading some stuff, and she's actually been selling some artwork like every day. I was like astonished. I was like, wow, for a platform we just got off the ground and just got going, it's picking up some traction already.
Well, that's good to know. And congratulations, Sly. That's fabulous. Okay, guys, I'm going to turn the voice chat off now. Thanks again for your participation.
Cool.
And have a great rest of your Monday.
Awesome. You too. I'll talk to you guys later. Catch up with you in the development meeting tomorrow too, if you're going to be there, Kathy.
Yep, I'm going to try to be there. I'll let you know what I'm actually going to reach out and talk